Hello everybody! I am still here. Most people this week couldn't make a video. I realised mine was supposed to be up on Friday, but I've been so busy this week doing random crap that I thought I'd make it just to prove to you all that this channel still exists. So there isn't actually 3 questions for this week, but I kind of put some people's together, some suggestions and things, and I'll just answer 3 questions that I've seen. So question number 1 is, when did you realise that you were LGBT? This is kind of a difficult one for me because there was never that moment when I realised, hold up a sec, what's going on? I just kind of thought that everybody was attracted to boys and girls, and then I realised that they weren't, and I was like, oh, but I am. And then obviously, like, I found it. I mean, this isn't offensive. When I was about 11 or 12, I slammed bisexuals. I thought that they were just being really... they had to choose and they were just being stupid. I mean, I was like 11 at the time. You know, I wasn't even in secondary school, and I think, to be honest, the reason I just slammed them and stuff is just to go along with everybody else. I didn't want to be different. I didn't want to stand out. I just wanted everyone to be happy and just to try and make as many friends as possible, I guess. But deep down I knew that, holy crap, that's me as well. Am I bisexual? And then one of my best friends came out to me and I was like, this is my chance, I'll just tell her. That was only a couple of years ago, and since then I've kind of been growing as a person. I mean, I'm still trying to find myself. I'm pretty sure, but of course I'm not 100% because I'm 16 years old. I can't make those kind of decisions when I'm this young. Only for me, of course. Other people can. Other people can make those kind of decisions when they're like 10. But I don't know, I just always found girls equally attractive as boys. Like, everybody would be like, oh, I so wish I had a boyfriend. I'm just like, why do they not wish they had a girlfriend? Because isn't everybody like that? Oh. Guess I'm a bit different, but I didn't want to be different. I just wanted to be normal like everybody else, so I just didn't accept myself, I guess. It didn't freak me out, it didn't bother me. Like, everybody's like, oh no, I really wish that, like, I wished that it wasn't me, but I was fine with it. I was just like, oh, I am, oh, that's kind of cool. Okay, so I wanted to do a question about books because I like books a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my top 5 books. I have actually 6, so I'm going to do my top 6 books. Book number 6 is The Tulip Touch by Anne Fine. I read this book the first time when I was probably about 10 and I bought it on holiday. I never read the ending, then I lost it, and then I brought it again when I was about 13, and this is the one that I've got. And I didn't read the ending for ages. I kept it a secret from myself for some reason. But yeah, the girl in it is so weird. I just love this book. It's really well written. It's by Anne Fine, she's more of a children's author, I guess. It's quite a young book. It hasn't got like adult themes in it, but the girl's pretty weird. Book 5 is The Sky is Everywhere by Jandy Nelson. I suggest that everybody gets this book and reads it. It's her first novel, and it's about a girl called Lenny Walker whose sister dies, and she finds out so much more about her sister and so much more about herself. It's just a fascinating book. I mean, there's like, at the end of each chapter there's things that she's wrote everywhere. It's a new way of looking at the generic love story. It's just a fascinating book, and any teenage girl should read this book, and boys as well. And book number 4 is Lola Rose by Jacqueline Wilson. I literally know this off by heart. It's about a girl called Janie, and her mom's called Victoria, and she's got a little brother called Kenny, and their dad abuses the mom and then abuses Janie. So they run away to London because her mom wins the lottery, and they have new names, and she gets called Lola Rose and Kenny's called Kendall, and then her mom gets cancer and everything kind of goes to pot. But it's got one of my favourite characters in ever, the auntie in this. I just think it's really, really well written. It made me cry. I mean, it's Jacqueline Wilson's a children's author, but she's just incredible, and I love this book so bad. Third book is Will Grayson, Will Grayson by John Green and David, I can't pronounce his name, Leverhulme? I'm sorry. Amazing book. This is not what I expected. It's about 2 very opposing boys called Will Grayson who meet at a pawn shop. it's not that graphic, but oh, I love this book. It deals with so many different themes that is so true about teenagers and boys and love and relationships and friendship and LGBT. It's incredible. The way the two opposing writers write so differently and so brilliantly. I absolutely adore this book. Number 2 is Pretty Little Things by Julian Hoffman. This is her first novel, I think. No, second. It's a second or first book, and she's like one of my favourite crime authors. I love her books. This follows a story of a girl called Lainey who talks to a man on the internet, then decides to meet him, and he kidnaps her and takes her away and locks her in this horrendous prison under his house. And I mean, that's kind of a spoiler, but there's so much more into it, and I read this in about 4 hours. I mean, it's quite a lengthy book, and it's just incredible, and the way that she talks about torment and stuff is really emotional. And the night I went to sleep, I could not sleep because every time I closed my eyes I thought about what she had to deal with, because her eyes get glued shut. It's a little bit graphic in some parts, but oh my god, that's supposed to be a picture of her, I guess. It's just amazing. A real tearjerker, that one. And lastly is The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. This book is amazing. I also really like Looking for Alaska, and I'm currently reading Paper Towns. But this is the first ever book I read by him. I realise it's his recent one. It was signed by him when I died. A book has never spoke to me more than this book did. It's about a girl who is dying. She's terminal, and she finds a boy who's also terminal, and it's just about their love and romance and the turmoil of, you know, knowing that you're going to die and what are you going to do about it. Cried for hours and hours over this book. I laughed out loud and I cried for about the last 100-ish pages. So yeah, that's amazing. So yeah, there are my top 6. I'm just going to leave it there because I don't actually have anything else to say. Leave me a question if you want in the down bar. I got a couple last week, I was so happy. I was like, yay, questions. So yeah, I'm happy to answer anything. If you're struggling with any LGBTness or not, I'm here to help all the time, because I am on YouTube pretty much 24/7. My Twitter is @DiscoverRachel, Discover spelt wrong, DESCOVER, because I cannot spell. Yeah. What else? Hopefully next week everything will be back to normal. We'll have like the normal 3 questions, normal videos, everything going great. So yeah, I look forward to seeing you all back soon. Okay, goodbye.